Hey there folks, Jason again from Blue Label Bastards Wargaming, back with another entry, hopefully to make your wargaming hobby lives a little bit easier. And what I want to talk about this video, a little different from most things that I do. When I've done reviews in the past, it's about a specific wargaming thing, about bases or a kit itself. And this time I wanted to talk about something that I think a lot of us could benefit from. Because if you're like me and many of my other friends I've seen that do a lot of wargaming, you tend to accumulate a lot of clutter. And so what I wanted to do this time is kind of walk through my thoughts on a storage case for your miniatures that's offered by IKEA. I'm probably going to screw up the name. Looks like it's Detolf. You know, IKEA's always got a Swedish name for everything. But I wanted to go through kind of my review of the storage case and how applicable I think it is and how useful it is for us wargamers. Spoiler alert, it's awesome. But let's go through it. So this actually isn't too bad. This is was my current hobby shelf because this is kind of all I was allowed to have out right now. We haven't really quite unpacked the house yet, and including the hobby room, but you kind of got stuff strewn all over the place. And a lot of times that's because your hobby things are jammed into the neighboring closet. And I actually have more than this stuff in the basement, so it's all boxed up. I haven't unpacked it from moving back from Vienna. And a lot of these are my armies. You can see they're Bretonia and some others because they're all carefully wrapped up. And they're not out for display, which means they're probably going to get banged up in the case. And you can't really kind of show them off. If you did want to play with them, it's a pain in the ass to get out. On top of that, that also means that, and this was not staged, this is just clutter. I've kind of got strewn out everywhere. So I'm not a huge feng shui guy, but I do like having a kind of clean room, and we all know, those of us that have significant others, normally your wives or girlfriends are kind of the same attitude, like, you know, Jason, go pick up your crap. So I was kind of poking around the internet, and there's another guy out there, and I'm going to link to his channel because I can't pronounce his name. It's Cruorangeliscus or whatever. I'm going to post a link to his page. He's a really funny wargamer from the UK. But I saw these cases on his site that he used, and he pointed me in the direction. And it's actually, that's how you pronounce it, but this is the instruction sheet. It's an IKEA glass case. It runs about $65 in the U.S., and there happens to be an IKEA not too far away. So last weekend, the boy and I ran down. I picked up 2 cases. Ended up being about $135 for the 2, which I thought was pretty reasonable. And now, I had seen these in the videos, but I don't know about the rest of you gents, and maybe ladies out there. I effing hate IKEA. So we just ran through as quick as we could. So I bought them sight unseen. They looked good in the video. But I did buy them sight unseen. There's more pictures to come. So just for size comparisons, I have a pretty decent size SUV. I had no problems kind of getting them in my car. So each case comes in boxes that are about that big. The case itself is a little bit less than 6 feet tall, but obviously they've got padding. One has the tops, the bottoms, and the side girders and things. The other one has the panes of glass for the sides and then the shelves. And for scale purposes, there's my comfy leather chair and my yellow lab. And so I didn't take a lot of pictures of putting the case together. It's actually not that bad. I was able to do it myself. It's a lot easier if you have somebody else there to help you kind of keep the panes of glass stood up. It took me probably 20-30 minutes to do it myself. IKEA instructions are idiot-proof, but I still found myself making a couple of mistakes. But on the whole, went together pretty easily. And this is what it looks like in my office before anything is put in it. It is a pretty sharp-looking case. Again, it's a $65 case, so I wasn't expecting a lot. But it ends up looking a lot nicer than what I thought it would. And this is the case. I haven't put the second one together yet. But to try to give you a sense of how much stuff you can jam in there, the top shelf, there are 3 shelves plus the bottom. So it's technically 4 levels you can stack things on. And I'll put the link to the IKEA website description if you want the exact dimensions. But you can kind of see here and evaluate how much stuff you can jam on each level. The top one, I put all my Warriors of Chaos kind of characters and bigger models, and then the rare and specials, and then below that are the core, and then at the very bottom you've got my Bretonnians. I don't have a lot of Bretonnians painted up. I've committed to, I'm only going to put things or keep things that I've painted myself. No unpainted things. If you look at the chosen block I have, there's a couple that are in there, and that's an exception. But those were the first models I ever bought from Games Workshop Warhammer Fantasy line. So these are all of my models that I have unpacked so far that I've painted. So you can see you can get a fair amount of stuff in there. The good thing is these cases don't take up a lot of room, but this should give you some sense on how much you can cram on each level, and there's technically 4 levels. So parting shots, bottom line, IKEA's case, this class, it is affordable, it's easy to assemble. It's actually nice looking. My wife was pleased. I think this is a great option for wargamers that want to be able to show off their models, want to be able to have an easy place to store them. You know, you kind of free up or declutter your space. Don't keep these things in your army transport or whatever case that you use, because they're always going to get dinged up. I don't get to play as much as I'd like, so these keeps the models from getting really dusty too, unless you're opening the case up a lot. I plan on getting another one together. And the other nice thing I forgot to mention, there's even a hole they leave in the top. It's about the size of a U.S. silver dollar, that if you wanted to, you could put a battery-powered light or electric light in the top of it to make it look even classier. And if you wanted to light your cases and really show the models off, I'm not going to do that, at least not yet. So, bottom line, I hope you appreciated it. Thanks to Krangeluskus, totally butchering his name, his channel's name, for highlighting these. I think they're great options for us, and folks should really consider taking advantage of them. No, it would be so sweet if I were sponsored by IKEA. I'm not getting anything out of this. So I am actually off right now to put a second case together, because my wife's not too pleased I've left the second case's boxes in the hallway for a while now. Anyways, I hope you guys find this useful. I hope you're getting some great wargaming, and I will see you guys in the next video.